Members. Hello, Nick. Today we have
Hello. Hello, MD. Today we're joined by Panos from ANODOS. Hope
there you
I've
go.
said that right,
Said it
Panos.
correctly. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
Good
Yeah,
talking with
hi,
you.
yeah. Thanks for
Hi,
having me.
hi. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
So, you want to introduce yourself maybe for everyone who doesn't know you or Anados or the project, how it came to be, what you
Yeah,
guys are doing?
yeah. So I'm Panos. I'm just another XRP community member. I've been in crypto and in the XRP ecosystem for a decade. And I just really started as an investor and a user. My background is in finance. So when I found about Ripple and what they're doing with trying to create this level playing field and benefit, let's say, the whole system, and found about what XRP is capable of. Just got hooked in. Although I first just happened to read about Bitcoin, I was intrigued, and then I was trying to find I read about this technology, and I was trying to find the next Bitcoin. So that's how then I learned about Ripple and XRP, and I was onboarded. And yeah, for the next few years, I focused a lot on like interacting with the community, trying to learn more. I also like started a Facebook group. It now has like over 30,000 members. We had like some great discussions there. And from there, I started a consulting firm with a focus to like onboard businesses to Web3 and XRP and also like advised many XRP projects. And 2 years ago, with together with some other great people, we decided to start ANODOS Labs with a goal to not just bring to the surface these amazing XRP capabilities, but also bring DeFi as a whole to the average person. This is our like ethos because everything is still too complicated even today. It's everything is pretty much unusable to the everyday person. And yeah, I mean, we're talking about all these amazing technologies, all these like things that blockchain and crypto can do. But if it can't reach the masses, what's the point? So since our background is mainly in finance, we are focusing on like the financial use cases. And we started first with a DEX. Once we heard that AMM is coming on XRPL, we thought it's a great opportunity to build a great user-friendly interface because back then there were like a few, but all the interfaces were pretty terrible, I would say. Like most of the community haven't even touched the DEX, which we found it sad. So we said that we need something to do about it, and that's why we started building Anodex with a goal to make it super simple, create a user-friendly interface, and create this one-stop shop because I think most people are really frustrated with going into 10 different platforms to do like just one thing. So yeah, we just try to accumulate everything in one, but you know still keep it simple and still focusing on DeFi. And yeah, our next, I mean, this is like the first thing, and I think our next stage is we're building a financial super app or a neobank, you can call it, which the goal here is to attract the masses. So the first stage was build a DEX, build tools for the XRPL community, and the second stage is build an app that anyone can use and bring potentially millions of people using the XRPL without ever realizing it. So completely hiding the blockchain layer and giving all these superpowers that around like payments, spending, all these yield opportunities that the traditional financial system doesn't give you. So yeah, overall, in similar words, this is what we do.
So,
How many of you are there, Panos, in
and
ANODOS?
when did it start?
Yeah. So we started in the summer of 2023. I mean, the first discussion was like me and Peter Winchester. You have seen him like on X. It was like in early 2023. And I think the great thing is that, we were like 4 or 5 people, like 4 people initially when we started in summer of 2023. And we were all friends from the XRE community. So we get to know each other and also from my group on Facebook. So we get to know each other from there. So for like 2 or 3 years, we just shared our experiences. We talked about the XRPL, the industry, what needs to be solved for this technology to become usable for the masses. And discussion after discussion, we just came into the realization that our vision aligns. Each one has to offer like a different skill, something like different. So we complement each other, and that's why we decided to start Anodos. Right now we're 10 people, and we're like a mix of like from finance to developers, marketing, trying to mix what technically a real startup needs to
Mm.
grow and scale. Because I think a negative thing in this space is that most projects just have like developers on the team. So like all the geeky guys that don't really understand business or don't really understand, let's say, the average user. So I think
Yeah.
it's really important to have like a mix of different backgrounds in your team and or like a company project, whatever it is. So it really makes sense to build and also like scale as a company and build something great. So yeah, this is where we are at the moment.
And I said I would ask you that when we talked earlier. What does ANODOS mean? Is it you said it means like upward or something?
So yeah, because most of the team is like Greek, so we are from Greece, and we wanted to give like a Greek word, which also like has a great meaning, and is also, let's say, more easier to pronounce than other words, because if you know about some Greek words or names, like they're pretty difficult to pronounce. But I think Anodos is relatively simple,
It's
and it means
internationally
like,
easy to say, right? For all kinds of
yeah, yeah,
native
yeah.
speakers. Yeah.
That's the goal, and it's also like distinct, like it's like a unique when it comes to like the brand.
And copyright and whatnot, right? It's easier
Yeah,
to
yeah,
deal
that's
with
right.
that. Yeah. Okay,
So yeah,
great.
it technically means like going up, elevating. Also, like by Plato, it meant like spiritual enlightenment. So it has different meanings, but yeah, the main meaning is like you're just elevating and like going upwards. That's why our logo is also like it's technically both like an A and an arrow. So it's like tries to like give like both meanings.
Fantastic.
So
Looks a
yeah.
little bit like a stealth bomber as well.
So
You're coming.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Nick, you had a question?
no, no,
So
I'm
yeah,
listening and
yeah.
learning here.
So you wanted to give us, I think, a walk through your interface, right? And maybe then later
Perfect.
talk about some upcoming app or projects as well, right?
For sure. So yeah, I mean this is like Anodex V2. So when we launched last year, I mean when the AMM launched on XRPL officially in March 2024, we launched with our like V1 order platform. It was like similar but not exactly like this. So after like a few months, we decided to like we need, let's say, a more modern user interface with like more features. So we decided to build this, and a few months ago we completed this along like with liquidity and portfolio dashboards. So we have all this like complete platform, and the goal is to make it easier for people like XRP holders, the community, and anyone new who comes in, to make it simple to use the DEX, which is one of the core features of XRPL. And fun fact, it was like also the first ever decentralized exchange back in 2012. And I think that XRP was also the first blockchain to have like stable coins, tokenized assets, all these amazing features that are now taken like for granted in the space. But yeah, XRP was really a pioneer. But I think the main problem was that most, let's say, of the community wasn't aware about all these amazing features. So our goal was to like simply uh, try to showcase all these features and also like educate the community, see what they can do with XRPL. So here you can see like all the popular options like Zaman, obviously. Wallet Connect, we just added completed integration last week.
So
So
this
you
is
can like,
the signing page for the initial step to
yes,
use the site, right?
correct, yeah. And I think even like term, for example, sign in, for example, I think almost if not all like projects or dApps use Connect Wallet, which
Yeah.
doesn't really mean anything to the average person. I mean, they have no idea what it means to
No, no.
connect a wallet.
Connecting a wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really find it strange because our mind, yeah, I mean we're crypto natives. I've been in crypto for 10 years, but still my mind goes to the beginners, to the outsiders, to the masses out there. And I don't see the reason why we should change words and terms when we have been like familiar for decades for like sign in. So why just change them and just like for the sake of like being on a new industry? It's the same. So sign up, sign in. It's the same. It's important to
Yeah.
use terms that most people are familiar with. So yeah, I think every single detail matters, and we pay a lot of attention to like the details. Uh, so yeah, we have all these wallets, and you have, for example, yeah, I mean, there's Joy, Bifrost, Gearing that you can connect with, and the biggest one, I think, Anodos wallet here, which is coming very soon, hopefully by the end of this month.
And we'll hopefully do a video for everyone to see all the details.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the difference here, if like to explain the difference between Anodos wallet, it will not be a separate wallet. It will not be an app like with Zaman or like all these of the other wallets. The point here is again to bring the Web2 experience, what most people are familiar already with on the internet as a whole. So when you go to any other traditional website or platform, you usually sign up with your social kind of like social logins like Google, Apple, like all these uh, you know, big tech accounts. You can also use your email, but I think most of you are using like the social logins, which is much easier to just sign up with these accounts. And the idea here is exactly the same because when you connect to a platform, when you sign up, you don't have to download like a separate wallet or like a separate like thing to just sign up on this thing. And each platform is like separate from each other. So when you create an account here, you can just take this account, to take this like into another platform, which, it's like you can see it as a benefit or a negative. But I think the point here is that with Yanos wallet is the first passkey-based wallet on XRPL, and it's very similar to social logins. So when you sign up, technically you sign up with your passkeys, your biometrics, which is like very secure, very convenient. It abstracts all the private key complexity, so the user never sees any private keys or secret words or anything.
And it'll set you
So
up with an XRP address right away, right? That is
exactly,
secure.
basically in less than 10 seconds, basically just click sign up. You put like your name, you like sign up your passkey on your device, and that's it. In less than 10 seconds, you have your XRP account live. While with the other wallets, it will take probably many minutes. I mean,
Hmm.
from downloading the app to
Getting
then
all
like
the phrases, retyping
yeah,
them,
I mean,
right?
yeah, I
Or
mean it's
confirming them. Yeah.
yeah. And to be honest, I mean the average person out there will never deal
Never,
with it.
never. You're right. Yeah.
So we
And
made
it's
something
very
simple.
off-putting as well. It's like, oh, what am I doing now for
Big
the rest of
barrier, big
these
barrier to
24
entry. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. I mean,
So
no,
yeah, I
a lot of
mean
people who are unfamiliar but would like to participate, they're locked out with a regular app like,
exactly. Yeah.
Zayman or
So
Ledger,
so yeah, I
whatnot.
mean step by step, we're trying to solve, let's say, all this onboarding and interacting process. I mean, for us, it would be great if someone else had already solved it. But unfortunately, we see that most projects out there, they're just, repeating the same issues. The friction still remains. They're just like just marginal improvements, just a little bit better, but still unusable to the average person.
Mm.
So we decided, we need to step in and just do it ourselves because nobody else is doing it. And that's our whole ethos. That's why we also build an interface for the DEX. Nobody else had something simple out there to use. So yeah, sometimes you just need to get out there and do it by yourself. So that's why we decided to create the Anodos wallet. Very simple, no private keys, everything secured by biometrics. You sign up and all transactions as well. I mean, you just put your fingerprint out there or you like Face ID and you just sign your transactions with that. Very simple. But yeah, hopefully, when that's live, we can do like another one about this.
Yeah, fantastic.
Definitely.
But yeah, now let's connect with the Zaman wallet. Which, by the way, I mean, yeah, Zaman is great. It's like, feature complete. It has like everything inside, but still not beginner friendly, not
No,
like usable
yeah,
to the
Yeah.
to the
yeah.
everyday person. Yeah,
So top right, we have the XRP ledger selected. We have the address that you're
correct.
logged in with. You have the balance, the tokens. It's all
Like
there.
here you can see like all the details, your tokens, your pools. So yeah, the idea here is that let's choose here, for example, have a stablecoin section so you can easily access the stablecoins. So we choose RLUSD, and let's say you want to swap like one XRP. You instantly here see the price. You can see here more details like price impact, like AMM fees, like anything that you care about. Here also you can like customize like the slippage. If you're like, let's say, more and more advanced user. I mean, the average user will not care, but still, if you're like a little more advanced, it's nice to have.
That's excellent to have. Yeah. Well, 99% won't know what it is or won't use it,
Yeah,
but it's great to have it.
yeah. But you also like have all this, let's say, the here that to explain everything. For example, you click here,
The little
and it
eye.
explains what
Yeah. That's also
slippage
familiar
mean.
interface people find from all kinds
Yeah,
of other apps and around the web.
exactly. Yeah.
So we
So
have
yeah, this is it
separate
for
sections here, right? Portfolio exchange,
yes,
liquidity, and then MXRP. Maybe you want to go over each of them a little
for
bit?
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for here also we can explain like the send to another wallet, which is like, I mean, we are the only ones that have this feature, which, it's not like something hard, but it's like a nice, let's say, innovation, like a nice feature to have because let's say that you want to send the RLUSD to your friend or like pay someone else with RLUSD, but you have XRP. So instead of just going first to like swap RLUSD and then send the RLUSD to the other party, which is two transactions, takes
Yeah,
more time,
yeah.
just enable this one and you put like the destination address, like the other party. So with one transaction, you just click swap here and this amount goes directly to the other party. So no need for like two transactions. In just one, you have swapped and you have sent to any other person you want. So also this is
Excellent.
not like a nice feature to have.
Yeah, that's great.
And here also you have like bridge. We also have like the bridge by Squid Router, like powered by
Yep.
Axelar.
Real quick, explain real quick what the bridge is between blockchains.
So yeah, basically, I mean, every blockchain you can imagine it as like its own country. So there are many different countries, so like many different blockchains, and they don't communicate with each other. So like each country, each blockchain has like different rules, different assets. So you need a bridge, you need like a connector to like seamlessly jump or like travel, let's say, from one blockchain to another. So this is what bridges enable you to do. And now with Axelar, there's like the XRPL EVM sidechain, which you can call it a sister chain of XRPL. With it has like smart contract capabilities with from EVM, and hopefully in the future we will be able to also uh, bridge from XRPL to like other networks, not just the EVM sidechain. So the idea here is, for example, if you go to XRP. Okay, we see here. Okay, no, it's not that. Okay, for some reason it doesn't appear right now, but
It's all right. We're showing the
yeah,
principles, right? The
maybe they're
main
doing
basic concept.
they're doing
So
an
we want to
update, but
send
usually
XRP
it's
to someone on the ETH blockchain.
yes. I mean, yeah, the idea is to send like for XRP or like RUSD or like any other XRPL asset from the XRPL to any other network,
Yeah,
and as you know, like the XRPL is fixed function, it doesn't have smart contracts. And it doesn't have, let's say, some features like lending or more advanced protocols like other networks do. So if you want to use your XRP or XRP assets to other networks for these features, then you need to bridge and be able to use them there. So that's what this enables you to do. And then also like on ramps and off ramps, which is like also very convenient. There's no need anymore to use centralized exchanges, no need to use like multiple platforms.
No need for
Just go in.
Binance or BitTrue or
Exactly. Yeah,
Uphold
I
or
mean, you
whatnot.
can completely be your own bank. You
Yeah.
just, buy here on ramp, choose like multiple options, cards, bank transfers, like even PayPal, like to buy like XRP or like anything you want. And this gets deposited directly to your wallet, directly to your like here XRP account. So no middleman, no need to like use exchanges. Just top up, have your assets, and you're ready to go. Same for the off ramp. If you want to like sell back to your bank account, like or like to your card, like different options, and cash out. Still, you don't need any exchange. So yeah, we just we have like everything here in place.
Yeah, pretty
So
much feature
this,
complete this exchange
yeah.
tab, right? You got
Nice, I like
everything
that.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, our ethos is that, we don't need middlemen. We don't need like all these centralized platforms anymore. We are, DeFi advocates, decentralization and privacy, first. So, we want to enable everyone to be their own bank. We want to give them the tools to, do all these things, easily. So yeah, this is what, the goal is. So yeah, this is like the exchange page. And then let's go to the portfolio dashboard. Here is like technically a place where you can see different information about your account, what assets you hold, what pools you're have provided liquidity into, what NFTs you hold, everything like transactions you have done here, or like recent swaps, everything is here, and some information here like assets worth, pools worth, like different details, like the most useful ones. We understand that we don't want to overwhelm like the user, so we don't put like thousands of like metrics on there, just the important things. So yeah, this is what
Simple.
you can do here. Like also yeah, here like you can like delete trust lines or like burn the tokens. Also like, go directly here to if you want to like to swap this specific
Fantastic.
token.
Yeah, little shortcuts everywhere to do
Yeah.
things.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, every single click like matters to us. So yeah, we focus like a few months only to the user interface and know how the user will interact, which unfortunately we don't see a lot in the space. I mean, many people focus on the backend technology, and if go out there, most user interfaces are too complex, they're scrappy, or like have a lot of, let's say, bugs or issues. So you want to click here, but it doesn't work, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, unfortunately, most developers and projects don't pay a lot of attention to the user interfaces.
And you clicked on
Uh,
that line for the FLR token, and it opened
yes,
it up right with the proper tokens already filled in,
yes,
ready to
exactly.
go. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the portfolio dashboard, and then the liquidity. This is like for the AMM pools. You can see here some metrics, how much is locked on the AMM on XRPL, the daily volume, and your deposits to the pools. Here we have like some top pools for like easy access, and of course like any pools that you want to join. Also, we've made it very simple to create your own pool. So any pool you want with any token, you can just choose from here, and choose your amounts, like the initial fee, and just like that, you create a pool.
Very easy to use.
And if you want, for example, to deposit some liquidity, here, for example, say I have deposited, I have $4.9 worth of liquidity. You can see here details how much in XRP, how much in RUSD. And here, I mean, you can like deposit both like double-sided, which is like preferred,
Yeah.
or even single-sided if you just want to like provide just one asset on one side. But you have to be aware. I mean, we give like a small like warning here that it's technically, if you provide just XRP, for example, 50% half will be sold for the other side. So you need like to uh, be aware. It's not like that many people think that You just provide XRP and you get the same amount back, which it's not true. It really depends, like on the fluctuations as well, like impermanent loss as we call it. These are like details that needs to be understood. But technically, yeah, when you provide liquidity, you provide two assets. You're a market maker basically, and others use your liquidity to trade. So you must see it as a different, let's say, separate investment and not as a passive income to your existing assets.
Mm.
This is like very important. But
Which
yeah,
I
here,
think a lot of people think it is like a passive income thing. I still think
yeah,
that.
definitely not. I mean, a simple way to explain it is that, it's technically like investing in a business because a pool is technically a business. I mean, you are investing in this pool and you're getting LP shares, like LP tokens. It's actually like getting a shares of these pools. And based on the trading activity, you get like some fees from that. So you get like dividends in a traditional business. So you get paid like the fees that traders when you swap, you pay a small fee that goes here to the pool to the liquidity providers. So that's your profit. But yeah, I mean, these amounts here that you provide change based on the prices. So if XRP price goes up, what happens is XRP are being sold and RUSD are like being bought. So one goes down, another goes up. So the balance must be kept like at 50-50 in like dollar amounts. So that's why this happens. But yeah, these are like details that you have like to be careful about. And then here, like you can see like the fees, like the LP income that have been generated. Here we have some like basic analytics, like volume, liquidity, trading fee. You can see the APR. And then these are like some unique features on the XRP AMM. So as a liquidity provider, you can vote for the fees of the pool, but this is actually reserved for the top 8 LPs. So like not like anyone can vote. So the way it was designed is that the top 8 liquidity providers can vote and determine based on a weighted average what the fees are. So if you're in the 8 LPs, here you see that you are eligible to vote and you can vote from 0 to 1%. So 1 is the maximum, 0 is like the minimum. And then the auction, which is a really like unique feature that other chains in the ecosystem don't have, is that the XRP AMM allows you to technically buy a position for 24 hours, like buy a slot where you trade with near zero fees. So this is really useful for big traders or like arbitrageurs that can profit for like trading. For example, the current fee is like 0.5%. But if you like buy the slot, it will be like 90% lower. It's like 0.05. So you pay 90% lower fees, and you just use your existing like LP tokens here to buy this position. So yeah, all these like are features that you can use and have like provided and built in a simple way. And then we have MXRP. I mean, this is just a simple dashboard for now, but we're working on expanding it more. But yeah, MXRP is the first liquid staking token on the XRP ecosystem. Uh, if you're aware of other chains, you know that STETH or like SAVAX or like even Sflare, which technically what it does is it accumulates the some like income or yield from like for using like XRP. Although in the other chains, for example, Ethereum or like Flare, they have staking. So they have like some staking rewards which are accumulated and are added to this token. So by just holding that liquid staking token, you earn the rewards automatically without having to stake, which means you can do more with that token for extra rewards. But here with XRP, because it doesn't have staking, it doesn't have like any native yield mechanism. This is like launched by Axelar and Midas, which technically they use the XRP that used to that are back this asset to be able to generate yield from different, let's say, methods. For example, They can use the XRP to lend, to use for different like DeFi positions. So they generate yield from different or different ways, and they give all this yield to MXRP holders. And the current APY is like 10%. So yeah, overall, this is like the whole platform.
Let me ask you something real quick. So
Yeah.
obviously now we're logged in with ZUM, and all the wallet that is reflected here is from the ZUM wallet, or the XRPL ledger is already active. If you do your wallet, how will the activation work with the fee? If it's straight here to the Web3 interface with your own
So
ANODOS
yeah.
wallet, yeah, how does that work?
Yeah, so technically, I mean, yeah, you'll connect to here to Anodex, and once you're connected, I mean, it will be exactly the same here. But yeah, I mean, you'll see, for example, yeah, it's a new wallet, new account, so like 0 XRP. But instead of, for example, I mean, you have like the address, so it'll be exactly the same. I mean, you have to send some XRP to activate the account to this address. So it's the same. For example, for on Zaman, for example, you still have to send some XRP to your Zaman account.
Will
But
you have
here,
a feature that will have like addresses that you can save, let's say from friends, and where you can easily send your address so they can help fund that, or where you can have some addresses where you can send funds to back and forth?
I mean, we can do that maybe like on the portfolio side where you can probably like add, like for example, and in like in-house and built-in like feature where you can send even for example to usernames. But this is mostly what we will do on the mobile app, like
Yeah.
the neobank that we're building.
Right.
The idea is to abstract completely any crypto jargon, so the user will never see any addresses, they'll just see names. So if you're familiar with any other traditional fintech app, I guess, like Revolut or like Cash App, PayPal, like all these things, you usually have like a tag, like a name, like a
Yeah.
username technically that
Username. Yeah.
you send like within the app to the other person, or like an email, you can use like different. So we want to do exactly the same with this. So forget like these complex addresses or like any other complications. You just have your friend's username and you send it there like directly.
So you could do like
So
request funds or request
yes,
activation or something like that, and
everything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll be
your
able
friend
to
could get a
select.
notification, and yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to select QR codes or links, like everything. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point.
Fantastic.
And yeah, also here, I mean, for example, we're waiting like for bus transactions, which will simplify things further. For example, when adding trust lines or removing trust lines, which like tokens, which again doesn't really make sense from the average person's no perspective.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't.
having like to add the trust line for every single token you want to hold, which I mean, it's a nice technical feature because it was built to like not allow anyone to, let's say, send you any token on XRPL,
Yeah, no
what we don't want
spamming or
about.
abuse, because everything
Oh,
costs
no,
something,
good.
right? So it severely limits what can be done in
Yeah,
negative
but
terms.
yeah,
Yeah,
but in the end of the day, it adds friction to the end
it
user.
does. Yeah.
Especially you want to swap a new token, you have to add the trust line first, then swap. So with batch transactions, this will be eliminated. So it will like the user basically will never have to add the trust line again. They just go to swap, and the trust line gets automatically added for them. So this, and I think, a big UX upgrade. And then we're also like working with Ripple to bring the sponsored fees proposal into life, which what we'll do is we'll technically abstract the whole XRP fees reserves layer. So because you create a new XRP account, you have to activate it with one XRP now, plus the reserves for every trust line, like all these things that you need
Yeah.
to hold or do. So the idea here is that for the user to never see all this. So with sponsored fees, like you do on the other networks, for example, Ethereum, have this like sponsored gas, but we extend it here where technically the company, the project behind, pays for the user fees. So technically, you don't need to know that you need to hold XRP to pay for transaction fees. You don't need to like know about the reserves. And once you create a new account from, let's say, the Anodos wallet, we technically fund with the one XRP we fund you with the one XRP, so it's activated automatically directly. So you never need to know that you need to one XRP to activate it. So all these things will disappear over the next months. But yeah, I mean, of course, we'll add all these improvements here. But I think the main goal is the mobile app, which will be really abstracted and will be like what you have been used to like any other, let's say, fintech app. You'll never even have to know that XRPL is used in the background. But yeah, for XRP holders, obviously, I mean, they will be able to like hold XRP, do all this XRPL native stuff. But for all the other people, they'll never have to know about this.
Hmm.
So yeah, step by step, I think we are getting to a level where we are really getting into mass
Mass
usage.
adoption. Yeah, that's exactly what's needed for mass adoption.
And
Fantastic.
will the app be available on both platforms, mobile platforms?
No, I mean this will be like a mobile app. I mean I can
Android and iOS, I think he meant.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah, I mean definitely. So
yeah.
I guess you have seen this. I mean this is like a simple like demo interface. I think we have like the demo. Yeah, I think yeah, I shared like some time ago like the demo on how like it will work. For example, here we have like the interface of the app, which it's pretty similar to like I guess I know like if you know like all the other traditional like fintechs or neobanks, you have the classic like deposit, send, swap. Here, the card will be a critical feature, allowing you to spend any asset that you hold, like from XRP or to stable coins, uh, being able to do your daily purchases, and then of course like for example being able to top up and on ramp easily with multiple options. Then here, for example, being able to see your assets. The magic here is that you see euro, US dollars, but in the background it's stable coins doing all the magic. So everything here is completely on chain, completely on XRPL. That's the idea. But again, the user never realizes it's XRPL. They just see US dollars,
Yeah,
but in the background it's RUSD doing all the magic and all these super fast, super cheap transactions. But now let's say that you have a friend that doesn't have the app, has no idea about all this, and they want money to their traditional bank account. This will be possible too, being able to technically off-ramp and go from XRPL to any bank, to any traditional app
That's
in the world.
fantastic. Amazing. That's exactly what is needed for mass
excellent.
adoption, right? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Is this gonna be coming out still in 2025?
No, I mean this like it's like we're aiming for like early 26, so probably March or April is the goal.
No
I mean
promises.
because
Yeah, just wanted to
yeah,
have
no
a
problem. I mean
ballpark.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
sometime next year, I believe, right?
yeah, next year definitely. But yeah, it's like a financial super app. Basically, there are many components, and many are not there yet. For example, on the card side here, there is no one like offering like a card for XRP. I mean, a self-custodial card because there is like Uphold or Gemini that have these, let's say, cards where you can spend your XRP. But these are like centralized exchanges, centralized cards. The whole idea here is that this account is self-custodial. So again, with the passkeys, with the ANODOS wallet powered by it, you create an XRP account. It's like you have full control. We don't hold any custody of your funds. So even if it like disappear, we still have access to your funds and everything. So the idea here is to be able to have a card and spend directly from your XRP account, any asset. So this infrastructure doesn't exist yet, but we are working and we're in talks with a few big players and like institutions that to hopefully bring a card to XRPL, because it's also some limitations that the XRPL has, because with smart contracts it's much easier, but because XRPL doesn't have smart contracts, it's a little bit more difficult to launch a self-custodial card. But yeah, hopefully we'll get there. And then of course like things like yield, because earning all your savings is very important for the traditional and the average person. So things like the 4% US Treasury yield that also traditional banks don't offer you, because you need to be like very rich and accredited investor but DeFi offers you all this.
This would be
But
such a
still,
game changer. I mean, this is sensational news. We
yeah.
can't wait
I
to see all
mean,
this happening. And this is such a big project, right? I mean, it's really big, I think,
yeah.
what you guys are working on. When this all
Yeah, I mean,
comes,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're trying to let's say like connect everything together, like in a simple way. It's like really built for the masses. I mean, the target here is to just go to the everyday person on the streets and give them something better than what he already uses. Either that's like a digital bank or another like new bank or whatever it is. We just offer something better. It just happens that we use blockchain in the background. They never know it, but we just offer all these let's say better features for them. So that's how like we will like hook them up, not by mentioning crypto or blockchain. I think if we mention crypto, like everyone like will go away. They
Yeah.
will not want to use it. So the idea here is for them to never see any blockchain term or crypto. It's just like any other traditional app. They go in, they sign up seamlessly, and here are some components, for example, like the yield, which are not don't exist yet on XRPL. So this is another thing that it's unfortunately not on our hands, but we're still trying to push. We're in talks with Ripple, with some other players to bring some of these products that are on other chains. For example, yield-bearing stablecoins, like all these amazing tokenized assets. We'll hopefully see them on XRPL 2 over the next months. So yeah, once all these are completed, we can also like offer these products in a very user-friendly way. And yeah, this is the goal, the overall vision to create this one-stop shop for finance, for on-chain finance, but without mentioning crypto or blockchain or XRPL.
Fantastic big news coming here for everyone and for
Yeah,
the masses.
absolutely.
Really, really, really great
So yeah,
stuff.
Love it.
that was all. Yeah.
That's it.
Love
Wraps
it.
it up, right? Nick, you
Very,
got any
very simple.
questions for
No, I
Panos?
love it. It's very simple, user friendly, clean and simple.
I
Loved
hope
it.
you're on. I think you're right on target with that. You're the first ones that I know of that are trying to do this, right? The mass
That's right. Yeah.
adoption
Yeah.
version of
I
this.
mean, there are many. I mean, if you're seeing like crypto neobanks are like trending right now, like it's a big like the next narrative, and we are seeing like big names like Plasma, like Tria, Cast, like all these crypto card or like crypto neobanks, but they are all still targeting the crypto users. They're still like let's say repeating the same problems as we said in the beginning. And although many of them claim that they're let's say building for the masses, they are not because you still see all these complications. The experience is still the same, and we are the only ones that are completely hiding and trying to hide, the blockchain layer.
Yeah, they're treating their customers that they understand crypto and everything else, where you had a simple thing like sign up rather than connect wallet and all the rest of it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Nick, any final question? We're hitting here the
No, I
time.
thought that was very
Yeah, I
understandable and
mean, this is like
precise.
on
Loved it.
the like consumer side, but we're also like working on a few other things on the background and like on the let's say backend technology on the infrastructure side. For example, we also announced recently like Ether, like there'll be like the all-in-one infrastructure layer for XRPL. You can see it most like as a middle layer between developers and the XRPL. Because I don't know if any of you have like any like programming skills or you have like tried
No,
to code an
I
XRPL.
did stuff, but not on XRPL.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, but
I turn about my computer on. That's me. There you go.
yeah, to explain like something simply, when you get into XRPL and you want to build as a developer, although it's easier than most of the other chains because it's like you don't have like this, let's say, smart contract, new languages, like all this custom stuff. It's more straightforward, but still, let's say the documentation is like still like this crypto native, it's a mess. Especially Web2 developers that has no idea about crypto will need potentially months to study and understand everything around how the XRP works, blockchains, all these like things. And even like for XRP developers, sometimes even within our team, There are some edge cases that are not documented. They're not on the docs, or some docs, some things on the documentation is like outdated. And so we're building an infrastructure where, again, the goal is to abstract everything, same as our apps and consumer products. We're building this for developers to be able to just jump into XRPL without having to understand it, without having to learn all this complicated stuff. They just want to, let's say, they're like a traditional company. They want to implement the XRPL. They want to use the technology in general for, let's say, faster settlement, for payments, for NFTs, gaming, whatever it is. So this is the use case, but they don't need to know about the blockchain and like all these details. We just give them everything ready, whatever they want it is to build. So building this all in one API when you just need one API. You don't need to like write any code. You don't need to like do any calculations, read any docs. So this is like on the developer side and how we're trying to help, bring more developers and more builders onto the XRPL. So yeah, I mean, there's like we have like some other things that I can maybe share right now, but yeah, I mean, many things on how we, our mind is always on the how we can like bring more people in, how we can translate this technology, what we have in our hands, and give it ready to go to people, developers, whatever it is, businesses. This is like our whole ethos.
It's very much like who we had on the other week, the junkies with Nexus, which they're doing all the work but making it simpler for Web2 people or whoever to come on, and they're doing all the work in the background.
Exactly, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we want to
Love
thank
it.
you for being here today, for showing us all the latest and what's coming. We hope to have you back when your app launches, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, first the wallet and then, yeah, the app.
yeah.
We'll
Next
do
year, yeah.
another video on that, which is, I mean, very
We'd do
promising.
loads. We could do loads
And from what
of
we
it.
see, you
For
guys
sure.
are
Yeah.
at the forefront of the mass adoption train here, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very exciting, to hear you talk in that excited way, right? It's contagious. I mean, I love to hear all the things you had to say today. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, my
Nick,
pleasure.
you got anything else?
No, just thank you, Panos, for joining us. And sorry about last week, but these things happen. But thank you ever so much for taking your time out to join us.
And we'll have
Yeah,
all the pertinent links below the video for everybody to access and to check out for themselves.
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you ever so much, Panos. And on that note, to the moon.